If you are good at your job, you don't need to learn from others. You can use your logic, your mind, and your dedication to make customers happy all on your own.
Hey developers! There was recently a post on LinkedIn about open source and industrial automation. The post was a question why there are so few open source initiatives for PLC programmers. It was a very popular post with lots of interesting comments and opinions. Now, understandably, as open source is very rare, almost non-existent in the world of industrial automation, there were some comments there that were questionable at best and completely wrong at worst. In this video, I will not go through all the advantages of open source and why you should do it, as a video about this would be too long. Instead, I will go through some of the comments that showed up in this conversation and focus in answering some of the misconceptions about open source that I see coming up again and again. Let's get started.
Where is the fun in borrowing code from someone else? If you can't write your own code, it's probably time to pick up a different career. Hopefully most of us automation people are good enough at the job that it is more efficient to code from scratch than to hunt for code that's similar elsewhere.
And a similar comment.
If you are good at your job, you don't need to learn from others. You can use your logic, your mind, and your dedication to make customers happy all on your own.
Now, unless the writer of this post identifies himself as the world's best developer, to get better as a developer, it's absolutely necessary to look at how other developers are thinking and how they structure their code. The amount of knowledge that you can gain by inspecting, testing, and running other developers' code is enormous. And even if you do indeed identify yourself as the world's best developer, I think you should look into the Dunning-Kruger effect. It basically describes that people with low expertise or experience tend to overestimate their ability to knowledge. A lot of developers that think that they never have to look into other people's code are probably on the peak of Mount Stupid. One of the absolutely best ways to improve in writing code and generally just be a better developer is to watch other developers' code. So you don't even need to copy code from others if you are afraid of using it. Just use it as a means to learn. But it's very naive to think that everyone should write their own code and never take inspiration from someone else. Whenever I'm challenged with a problem and I write my first test and then I write my code, I always assume that there is a better and cleaner way to do it than the way I did. With this single assumption, I can vastly improve my skills by learning from others. On the same topic, if you are amongst the people that indeed know that you probably are not the best developer in the world, by putting out your code in the open, you are opening up the opportunity for people to look and review your code, all for free. It's a great opportunity for you to get, hopefully, constructive feedback so that you can get help in either fixing bugs, getting a better structure, or maybe even getting new features into your software. There is also a false statement here, that every developer that doesn't use open source should write from scratch. The amount of code and dependencies that is necessary for us to even write the simplest of PLC programs is staggering. Just think of all the code that is necessary just to get you being able to run your IDE, a lot of it being open source. Even if you only look at the dependencies of your IDE and their licensing, you can surely expect that they are dependent on lots of open source software. Don't reinvent the wheel.
In the same way that we don't see Facebook's source code or Twitter's source code, we will never see how the Coca-Cola company PLCs run a plant in an open source environment.
And there are various variants of this message.
I have written several hundred programs over the past 30 years on 8 different platforms. While there were a few that operated standardized machines like packaging or leak testing, most were customized to very specific hardware. It's hard to imagine any of those systems would be duplicated, so other than examples for layout of a template, I don't know that they would be that useful.
This and variants of it is a common misconception I see. Engaging in open source is not about putting out the whole project so that you can rebuild the complete intellectual property of a company. When talking about open source, there is never ever anyone that will tell you to force you into sharing your whole project with all of the configuration data, safety projects, recipes, alarms, and whatnot that you might identify as your IP. Doing open source can mean something as simple as sharing some of the reusable components that you write over and over again. It could be something like a motion control library for controlling a particular model of a robot, or a few function blocks to manage a set of input and output blocks from a specific manufacturer. It can also be a function block that does the communication and parsing of us, with strings with a specific printer, or even something as simple as a function that does conversion of a 4 to 20 milliamp value into a temperature or pressure for a specific sensor. These are just some of the low-hanging fruits where open source could be used in sharing reusable and tested libraries. You could simply write some unit tests for the functionality I just mentioned, implement the functionality for these tests, pack them into a library, and share only that. You can keep all the software that does all the business logic that binds all of this together and orchestrates it into a working machine or factory. It's also funny that one of the comments mentions Facebook and Twitter and that they would never do open source. Both of these companies happen to be huge supporters of open source, and where the employees of these companies are engaging in hundreds of open source initiatives over the world. For example, Meta, the company behind Facebook, has over 600 open source initiatives. Check this link here. These companies know that by engaging in open source, it not only benefits the whole industry as a whole, but also themselves.
Personally, I won't introduce code from an unknown source into any of my critical systems in my plant. I know not everybody out there in the Git community is malicious, but those people are out there. Call me a curmudgeon, but trusted sources only for me. LOL.
This and variants of this is also something I see often. So when you put out your code, you actually increase the possibility of your code to do what it's supposed to do. If you open source it, you suddenly open it up to hundreds, thousands, or tens of thousands of talented developers to help you find flaws and suggest improvements into your code. Just imagine the open source community as a pool of brains inspecting, reviewing, and making improvement suggestions on the software. The amount of good developers out there is staggering, and that's a pool of brains you want to make the best use of. If you put out your software, you will suddenly be bombarded with discussions and pull requests for your repositories, all for free. You can also see it the other way around. If it's not open source, then you have no insight into what your libraries and executables are doing and the workings inside of it. I've lost the number of counts where I was using an automation vendor software and where something wasn't working according to specification. And I couldn't fault isolate because I didn't have access to the source code. When you are not using open source, you are instead putting your trust into one or a few developers doing their job.
The code belongs to the designer, so the question arises, are you trying to force the designer to open their codes?
I've seen this and variants of it on other forums, so I just want to get this very, very straight. No one, absolutely no one, will ever force you to contribute to open source software. There has in the history of mankind never been one single person being forced to write open source software. Open source software is 100% based on people volunteering to share their knowledge and code. If you don't want to contribute with your knowledge, no one, either in the open source community or outside, will force you to share your code. People do this as they want to contribute to the knowledge pool so that others can learn, but also so that they can get feedback. If you don't want to do any of this, you will not be forced. I'll finish off with a statement that I see very often in the industry, unfortunately. This is not just software, but I also see this in other aspects regarding keeping knowledge for yourself.
The amount of work that goes into building, testing, and perfecting code to high standards and then to give it away to someone, that doesn't make sense to me. I don't write code myself, but it kind of sounds like you're asking for every seasoned professional in the industry to give you access to the hard-earned money they have saved up in their 401k and bank accounts. Personally, I may be okay sharing my hard-earned money and or secrets to my success with those I know and love, but I'm certainly not granting access to the entire world.
Now when I see comments like this, I'm just wondering why there is so much fear of sharing part of your knowledge. Having worked both in the traditional IT world and industrial automation for well over a decade in both, I can with 100% certainty say that it's considerably easier to work with people that are willing to share their knowledge. The opposite also being true. Now, only talking from own experience, engaging in both open source, but also putting out and sharing my knowledge for free here on YouTube and my blogs and just generally everywhere where I get the opportunity, I can tell you that by being open, this will give you more opportunities. Hoarding knowledge and never sharing any code with anyone and thinking that your code is the best and that you are the best and you never need to learn from anyone else will not get you very far. People are generally more willing to collaborate with you if you're open with sharing what you know, the opposite being true as well. I will be coming back to this topic more times as I think it's an interesting topic and not an easy nut to crack. There are of course a lot of reasons why open source hasn't gotten a strong hold in industrial automation. One reason is, for example, simply culture. Another one is technical, such as the fact that industrial automation have so many different platforms and in which few of them are even suited to do easy code and library sharing between. Some don't even support doing version control and depend on very expensive third-party tools to do something so basic as version control. There's many more reasons, but I will save the question of why for a future video. Now that I think about it, I think I should also talk a little bit about how you engage in open source as an industrial automation engineer. I should also mention that there are several open source initiatives for industrial automation, which I should probably also talk about. So there's just many ideas and so little time, but there will be more videos about this. I want to finish this video by a comment I found quite funny, and for a moment I thought that this comment might maybe be the elephant in the room.
If we start sharing it, people will know how bad our code is though. Forget it.
Now I want to know what your opinions are about open source in industrial automation. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel, and if you like this video, then please hit the like button. Happy coding!